नंदना व्रज जनरंजन यशोदा यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा जय राधा विनोद राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा सुभद्रमय जय सुदर्शन जय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। जगतगुरु शिल प्रपाद की जय। श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 31. Narada instructs the Prachetas, verse number 17. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Yatha nabhasya bhratama prakasha Bhavanti bhupa na bhavanti anukrama एवं परे ब्रह्मणि शक्तयस्त्वमो रजस्तमः सत्त्वमिति प्रवाह यथा नभस्य भ्रतमः प्रकाश भवन्ति भूपा न भवन्त्यनुक्रमात् एवं परे ब्रह्मणि शक्तयस्त्वमो रजस्तमः सत्त्वमिति प्रवाह यथा नभस्य भ्रतमः प्रकाश भवन्ति भूपा न भवन्त्यनुक्रमात् एवं परे ब्रह्मणि शक्तयस्त्वमो रजस्तमः सत्त्वमिति प्रवाह यथा नभस्य भ्रतमः प्रकाश भवन्ति भूपा न भवन्त्यनुक्रमात् एवं परे ब्रह्मणि शक्तयस्त्वमो रजस्तमः सत्त्वमिति प्रवाह यथा नभस्य भ्रतमः प्रकाश भवन्ति भूपा न भवन्त्यनुक्रमात् एवं परे ब्रह्मणि शक्तयस्त्वमो रजस्तमः सत्त्वमिति प्रवाह Any Mataji want to read? यथा नभस्य भ्रतमः प्रकाश भवन्ति भूपा न भवन्त्यनुक्रमात् एवं परे ब्रह्मणि शक्तयस्त्वमो रजस्तमः सत्त्वम् इति प्रवाह. What would meaning? Yatha, as Nabhasi in the sky, Abhra, clouds, Tamaha, darkness, Prakasha, and illumination, Bhavanti, exist, Bhupaha, O kings, Na Bhavanti, do not appear, Anukramat, consecutively, Evam, thus, Pare, supreme, Brahmani, in the absolute, Shaktayaha, energies, Tu, then, Amoh, those, Rajaha, passion, Tamaha, darkness, Sattvam, goodness, Iti, thus, Pravaha, emanation. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. My dear kings, sometimes in the sky there are clouds, sometimes there is darkness, and sometimes there is illumination. The appearance of all these takes place consecutively. Similarly, in the Supreme Absolute, the modes of passion, darkness, and goodness appear as consecutive energies. Sometimes they appear and sometimes they disappear. Purport. Darkness, illumination, and cloud sometimes appear and sometimes disappear. But even when they have disappeared, the potency is still there, always existing. In the sky, sometimes we see clouds, sometimes rainfall, and sometimes snow. Sometimes we see night, sometimes day, sometimes illumination, and sometimes darkness. All these exist due to the sun. But the sun is unaffected by all these changes. Similarly, although the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the original cause of the total cosmic manifestation, He is unaffected by the material existence. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. भूमिरपो नलो वायु खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहंकार इतीयं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Altogether, these 8 comprise my separated material energies. Although the material or physical elements are the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are separate. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is therefore not affected by material conditions. The Vedanta Sutra confirms Janmadhyasya yataha. The creation, maintenance, and dissolution of this cosmic manifestation are due to the existence of the Supreme Lord. Nonetheless, the Lord is unaffected by all these changes in the material elements. This is indicated by the word pravaha, emanation. The sun always shines brilliantly and is not affected by clouds or darkness. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is always present in His spiritual energy and is not affected by the material emanations. Brahma Samhita confirms, Ishvarah Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govindah Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the Supreme Godhead. He has an eternal, blissful, spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, and He is the prime cause of all causes. Although He is the supreme cause, the cause of all causes, He is still Parama, transcendental, and His form is Satchit Ananda, eternal spiritual bliss. Krishna is the shelter of everything, and this is the verdict of all scripture. Krishna is the remote cause, and material nature is the immediate cause of the cosmic manifestation. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that understanding Prakriti or nature to be the cause of everything is like misunderstanding the nipples on the neck of a goat to be the cause of milk. Material nature is the immediate cause of the cosmic manifestation, but the original cause is Narayana, Krishna. Sometimes people think that the cause of an earthen pot is earth. We see on a potter's wheel a sufficient amount of earth to produce many pots, and although unintelligent men say that the earth on the wheel is the cause of the pot, those who are actually advanced will find that the original cause is the potter, who supplies the earth and moves the wheel. Material nature may be a helping factor in the creation of this cosmic manifestation, but it is not the ultimate cause. In Bhagavad Gita 9.10, the Lord therefore says, Maya dhikshena prakritihi suvete sacharacharam. This material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and producing all moving and unmoving beings. The Supreme Lord casts His glance over material energy, and His glance agitates the 3 modes of nature. Creation then takes place. The conclusion is that nature is not the cause of the material manifestation. The Supreme Lord is the cause of all causes. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratise Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanasute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं, यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for this morning Bhagavatam class. So today we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 31, text number 17. Narada instructs the Prachetas. Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada said, it is a complete science of God. Everything you need to know about God is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is one book which contains everything. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmem Avishkritam. It is said that this Bhagavatam is the topmost Purana, the ultimate Purana. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. This is the book which is very dear to Vaishnavas. So Vaishnavas like to read Bhagavatam only. Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, two main books. And after they are well versed with this, they go to Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yasmin Paramhamsamekam Jnanam Param Giyate. In this book, the subject matter for Paramhamsas is given. It is not for ordinary people. Those who are actually on the path of spiritual advancement, it is meant for them. And in Bhagavatam there is Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam. There is Jnana, there is Vairagya, there is also Bhakti. Naishkarmyam Avishkritam. Naishkarmya means actually devotional service to the Lord. So that is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So you may say that knowledge, jnana and karma are not acceptable, but Bhagavatam contains jnana of Krishna, about Krishna. So that jnana is favorable for Krishna consciousness. But speculative knowledge is not favorable for Krishna consciousness. So Srimad Bhagavatam contains Tatra Jnana Viraga. There is renunciation. Renunciation means giving up material pleasures. And there is bhakti, devotional service to the Lord. Tachranvan Supatan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuchya Naraha. And one who hears Bhagavatam with attention, or he contemplates on Bhagavatam, Vicharana, or he recites, he speaks to others. Shranvan Supatan Vicharanam. Just by hearing, reciting, and contemplating on the topics of Bhagavatam, a person gets liberated from material bondage. So this is the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is a verse from the 12th canto, last chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, which glorifies Srimad Bhagavatam. So glory of Bhagavatam is in Bhagavatam only. Just like Bhagavad Gita's glories are given in Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, Bhagavatam's glories are given in Srimad Bhagavatam. And here, in Bhagavatam, we will find some verses which give extensive knowledge about Krishna and Krishna's nature and Krishna's energies. Okay. So today's verse is one such verse which talks about Krishna and his energies and relationship between Krishna and his energies. It's very important to understand Krishna's energies also. Because Krishna is never independent. Krishna is always with his energies. Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate Swabhaviki Jnana Balakriyacha. When you say Krishna, it includes Krishna's devotees, Krishna's energies, Krishna's abode, Krishna's name, Krishna's leelas. Everything is there. So when you have to study about Krishna, you have to study everything about Krishna. So Bhagavatam contains description of Krishna's energies. And Krishna's energies are also of three types. Broad category, three types of energies. right? Antaranga, Bahiranga, and Tatastha Shaktis. So today's discussion is about Bahiranga Shakti, Krishna's external energies, the three modes of material nature and the material elements. So material energy is a trap for the jiva. So why should we study about material energy? Because we are trapped inside, we should know how to get out of it. So we should study about material energy, so how to get released out of this matter. Like a person, somebody who's in the jail, a criminal in the jail, for him it's very important to understand how to get out of the jail. He has to find out the means to get out of the jail. Then when he comes in the country, then he can find out, okay, how to survive and how to do some job or something like that. Similarly, we are in this material world, we are in this bondage of three gunas. So we should understand the nature of these three gunas and try to transcend the three gunas. So that's why Krishna in Bhagavad Gita talks about this, and also in Ishopanishad it is said, try to understand Vidya and try to understand Avidya. What is Avidya? Avidya is knowledge of the material world. Avidya mrutyam tirtva vidya amrutam ashnute. When you study the material nature, avidya mrutyum tirtva, by studying about the material nature, you will transcend material nature. And vidya amrutam ashnute. And by studying about vidya, means Krishna's internal energy, Krishna's pastimes, you will attain amrutatam, eternity, bliss. So both are important. Some people, they just want to jump into Krishna's 10th canto, Krishna's Leelas. But Bhagavatam says, no, go systematically. Try to first understand Krishna's Srishti Leela, then try to understand Krishna's other Leelas. First understand Krishna's greatness, and then you can understand Krishna's sweetness. So without understanding Krishna's greatness, we will not be able to appreciate the sweetness. In fact, it may create doubts about Krishna's Leelas. Right? Why Krishna is stealing butter? Why Krishna is stealing the gopis' clothes? Why Krishna is dancing with so many girls? So such kind of doubts may come. But those who know Krishna's greatness, they will be able to greatly appreciate Krishna's Leelas. So in this shloka, the nature of Krishna's external energy is given. And one of the main points Prabhupada is highlighting in this purport is that material nature is never independent. It works under the direction of Krishna. Yatha navasi abratama prakasha bhavanti bhupa na bhavanti anukramat. A beautiful analogy is given here about the sky. Nabha. Nabha means sky. In the sky, you will see sometimes there is abra. Abra means clouds. And in the night, you will see darkness. Tamaha. Nothing is visible. The whole sky is dark. Especially on Amavasya night when there is no moon. Whole sky is dark. There are not even stars there. And when the sun rises, you will see prakasha. So abra, tamaha, prakasha, all these three things are there. Bhavanti and na bhavanti anukramat. And gradually they wane away. Right? The clouds are there, darkness is there, then light is there, then again clouds, darkness, light, it keeps going on. Constantly it is changing. But the sky remains as it is. Sky remains the same. Isn't it? So this example is given in Bhagavad Gita also. Right? Yatha nabasi megha. And the same analogy is given in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says that in the space sometimes there is, like for example, when you're traveling in the train or somewhere, sometimes you hit a sugar factory and bad smell comes. Then you go through a rose garden and fragrant smell comes. It is same space, but different objects are occupying the space, but the objects do not make any difference to the space. The space remains aloof from what is kept inside that. Similarly, Krishna remains aloof. Although Krishna is the creator of this entire world, everything is in him, everything is coming from him, but Krishna remains aloof from his energies. Just like the sun, he is beyond the clouds. So he is unaffected by darkness unaffected by the clouds. So he is transcendental. The sun remains transcendental. Right? But those who are below the clouds, we experience variety. Sometimes when the clouds are thick clouds are there, then there is darkness below. Sometimes there is rain, sometimes there is snow. Right? Prabhupada spoke about that in the purport. So there is a lot of variety because we are below the clouds. But if you take an aeroplane and fly above the clouds, right? Above the clouds there is only brightness. There is no darkness. And you can see the clear sun without any hindrance. So the sun is unaffected. Similarly, Krishna remains unaffected. Another thing Prabhupada says here, that although sun is unaffected by the clouds and the rain and other things, but sun is the cause of those things. Sun evaporates the ocean water and the clouds are formed. Sun makes the clouds move by making the wind move. And then the sun creates appropriate PVT conditions and it pours rain in certain places. Right? Pressure, volume, temperature adjustment is made and then clouds pour rain. It's all controlled. It's not automatic. Right? Everything is minutely controlled by the Supreme Lord. Nothing happens automatically. So that's why one should know that Krishna is the cause of all causes. So some people think that the cloud is the cause of the rain. But who is the cause of the cloud? The ocean. Who evaporated the ocean water? Sun. So ultimately sun is the cause. But who is the cause of the heat and light in the sun? Krishna. Prabhasmi Shashi Surya. Yesterday we were discussing that. So ultimately Krishna is the cause of all causes. So there is immediate cause, there is remote cause, and there is ultimate cause. Right? So, for example, another example can be given that on the waves of the ocean you see, on the ocean surface you see the waves. What is the cause of the waves? One may say it is the wind. But what is the cause of the movement of the wind? Temperature difference. From high pressure to low pressure, because of temperature there is high pressure somewhere, low pressure somewhere. Then from the high pressure area, the wind flows towards the low pressure area. And who is causing that pressure difference? Ultimately the sun and then Krishna. So in this way, when you analyze deeply, you will see that there is ultimate cause, Krishna. So there may be immediate cause, but those who are ignorant, they think that immediate cause is all in all. But those who are more intelligent, they go to find out the higher causes, remote cause. And ultimately, Krishna is the ultimate cause. Right? Like somebody gets sick, somebody got a fever, and you go to the doctor and do the blood checking, and then the doctor says, oh, you have got malaria. So what is the cause of malaria? Doctor says, it is this mosquito which has bit you. But the same mosquito must have bitten 100 people. Why did this fellow only get malaria? Right? You should think about this, right? Same thing in COVID. In one family, one person gets COVID, other person doesn't get COVID. Why? Because the virus is there. Both got infected by the virus, but one got the symptoms, other did not show the symptoms. Then one may say it is karma. Somebody said karma. Okay, his karma was to get this disease, and the other's karma was not to get this disease. Who is the cause of karma? Ourselves. Okay, my own actions. Right? Shri Radha Vinod ji ki jai, Shri Jagannath Balesudhar Maharani ki jai, Shri Gaurnita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So who made the laws of karma? Ultimately Krishna, isn't it? So we do some actions, but those actions are governed by Krishna. So ultimately Krishna is the ultimate cause. For my suffering, who is the ultimate cause? Whether Krishna is the ultimate. But Immediate cause is the mosquito, remote cause is my karma, my actions, my desires, and ultimately it is Krishna, because he made the rules and regulations for the laws of karma. Isn't it? So in this way, one should analyze that Krishna is the cause of all causes. Sarva karana karanam. Anything which is happening in this world is by the will of the Lord. So in one Upanishad, there is a story that once all the devatas assembled to see that who is powerful, to test who is the most powerful. So they put a blade of grass on the ground, said, let's see who will move this. Then Vayu came and started blowing. It didn't move an inch. Another devata came, tried to pick it up. Another devata tried different things, and nobody was able to move that blade of grass. And finally Indra came there and said, what is happening here? Itna bhid ko jama hua hai. No, they are trying to move the blade of grass. Nobody is able to move. You don't go, otherwise you will also get humiliated. So what is the lesson from this? Without the sanction of the Lord, not even a blade of grass can move. So everything is ultimately controlled by the Supreme Lord. If the leaves of the tree are shaking, who is the cause? Krishna is only cause. Ultimately, he is the cause. So in this way, when you understand the minute control of Krishna in this world, we can actually appreciate Krishna's presence everywhere. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sacha mena pranashyati. And one who can see everything in Krishna and Krishna in everything, for him, Krishna is never lost. So one should try to cultivate this kind of consciousness. So logically, one should try to analyze these topics so that one can develop more deeper faith in this topic of Krishna's ultimate control. Another thing we talk to the youths, that when the train is when the train is moving, right, a child may see one bogie pulling another bogie. And then that bogie is pulled by another bogie. And ultimately the engine is pulling. So Krishna is like that engine. And when the engine starts moving, one by one, everything gets pulled. Similarly, Krishna presses the first button and then everything else starts happening. If Krishna doesn't push the first button, then nothing works. Right? Suppose somebody has switched on the fan, that's why the fan is running. Right? So the immediate cause of the fan running is that switch. But if somebody goes down and puts off the main plug, even if you switch on, switch off, nothing will happen here. Isn't it? There will be no effect. Why? Because the remote cause is not allowing. Similarly, there is electricity board. If they cut off the power, nothing in this city will work. Doesn't it? So Krishna is like the ultimate cause, who is controlling everything minutely. But one who doesn't know that there is some superior controller, he thinks that I am controlling. I am so intelligent. I am so advanced. I can create things. So that kind of ahankara, karta aham iti manyate. He thinks that I am the doer. I am everything. So this kind of consciousness it actually causes pride. So when we see things disconnected from Krishna and we think that I am the doer, then that causes pride. Karta aham iti manyate. But when you understand that Krishna is the controller, then that leads to humility. I am not at all the controller. I am just, I am a puppet in the hands of Krishna. Right? See, our body also is not in our control. Right? So, sometimes something happens in the body and then we fall sick or body gets paralyzed. Can't even move. Like there was a famous boxer, his name was Muhammad Ali. He used to knock out people within 30 seconds. So powerful he was. But now he decided that he has got Parkinson's disease. Can't even lift a cup of tea. Because Krishna is the ultimate controller. He can just make one nerve in the body, twist one nerve and our body will collapse. That's all. He can close one valve in the heart and whole body will collapse. All power is gone. Isn't it? So we can't cheat God. Krishna is the ultimate controller. So intelligence is to admit that I am a tiny servant of Krishna and Krishna is the ultimate controller. So Prabhupada gave one beautiful analogy. We will discuss this analogy here. Okay, so two analogies he gives. One is, it is said that Prakriti or nature to be the cause of everything. Right? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that understanding Prakriti or nature to be the cause of everything is like understanding the nipples on the neck of a goat to be the cause of milk. Have you seen some goats having something hanging, flesh hanging on their chin? It looks like nipples, but it will not give milk. Similarly, Prakriti on its own cannot create, cannot function. Okay. So actual nipples in the udder can give milk. When you milk them, it gives milk. But actually, nipples on the goat's neck cannot give milk. But scientists' conclusion is like this. They think that nipples on the goat's neck can give milk. Matter can produce life. That's what some scientists say, not all. So that is like saying that matter creates everything. Or the nipples on the goat's neck can give milk. It is not possible. So that's why their argument is mistaken. Life causes life. Life cannot cause, so matter cannot cause life. Jivo, what is that point? Jiva ka mool hai jeev. That's a book published. Life comes from life. Matter cannot produce life. So material nature is the immediate cause. Yes. Material nature is also one of the cause. It's the immediate cause, but it's not the ultimate cause. Like then Prabhupada gives the example of earthen pot. Suppose there is a pot. No? Yesterday many people had come and put earthen pots here to offer to Krishna. Now that's made of mud, isn't it? So mud is the cause of earthen pot. Is it correct? Yes. But who made the mud into that form? Right. Mud is the immediate cause of the pot, but who gave it the shape? So there is some remote cause. Who is that remote cause? The potter. Or some people may say, okay, potter's wheel is the cause because it is rotating, right? And the stick is the cause because it's making the wheel rotate. Right? So some people see only partial vision. Okay, the mud is the cause. Some people say, okay, wheel is the cause. Some people say stick is the cause. But those who are very intelligent, they understand that actually the potter is the cause. Because potter made the wheel, potter got the stick, potter only collected the mud, right, or the clay, and he put it there and is giving shape. Isn't it? So potter is the ultimate cause for the whole thing. Similarly, when you extend this analogy to this creation, material nature made up of all the 24 elements is the clay. And the time which is making the wheel rotate, so that which makes the wheel rotate, that is time. By Krishna's glance, which contains Kala Shakti, Jiva Shakti, Swabhava Shakti, at that time Shakti agitates the matter and the matter gets into action and starts producing variety. Similarly, when you start rotating when the wheel is stagnant, you can't do anything. When the wheel is rotating, only then you can give shape to the wheel. So similarly, there is material energy required, there's time which is required, and ultimately Krishna, who is actually glancing and activating the material energy. So in this way, Krishna is the cause of all causes. He is the ultimate cause. Sarva Karana Karana. So this is the conclusion of the devotees. Right? Material nature may be a helping factor in the creation of the cosmic manifestation, but it is not the ultimate cause. Because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dhyakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam. So this world made up of Chara and Achara Vastu, moving and non-moving things, it is being controlled by me, Maya Adhyakshena. Adhi Aksha, Aksha means eyes, Adhyaksha means under the supervision of someone it is going on. And whose supervision it is? It's Krishna's supervision. So you have to understand this fact. Everything is supervised by Krishna. Like everything in this country is supervised by government, directly or indirectly. Whether somebody has paid tax or no, it's supervised. Right? Who has broken the signal, it's supervised. Who is criminal, it's all being supervised. Who is a good citizen, that's being supervised. So good citizens are rewarded and criminals are punished, and all things are happening under somebody's supervision. Similarly, in this universal government, somebody is supervising. Ultimately, Krishna is supervising, directly or indirectly. Right? Anvaya ditratascha abhignasvarat. Directly or indirectly, Krishna is supervising. So, and Krishna is rewarding people who do good karmas, and Krishna is punishing people who do bad karmas, directly or through his agents like Yamaraj. So, he is doing that. So, Krishna is in full control, ultimate control. Madbhayat vati vatoyam, suryastapati madbhayat, varshatindro dhahatyagni mrityuschariti madbhayat. Krishna is telling all the devatas are his agents, and they are functioning. They are taking care of all the things in this world by his order. Because if they don't do their duty nicely, then Krishna will be unhappy. So that's why, out of fear of displeasing Krishna, all the devatas do their work perfectly. Isn't it? Like a devotee also, he has a fear of displeasing Guru and Krishna. That's why he follows all the principles, rules and regulations, so that Guru and Krishna is ultimately happy. So that healthy fear of displeasing Guru and Krishna should be there. So then one can do one's duties very nicely. Initial stages we may not have love for Krishna, but one should have respect for Guru and Krishna. So then the healthy respect for Guru and Krishna will help us to do our duties very nicely. So in this way, Krishna is the ultimate cause of all causes. Now, I was reading one article where somebody was telling that nowadays is the age of AI, artificial intelligence. So people are being very much fascinated by AI, and people are using it to produce amazing creation. And one of the scientists, I forgot his name, but he was telling, it is said that he was one of the founders of AI. And he is telling that I think AI is conscious. AI is conscious. It can feel, it can think, it has emotions, like that he was telling. But actually, is that true? Actually, artificial, the name itself is artificial intelligence. And if you say it has consciousness, how is it? It should be real consciousness, real intelligence, right? So, name itself says that it is artificial intelligence. But is artificial intelligence greater than human intelligence? Because human intelligence combined together, many humans or scientists came together and gave their intelligence to this machine, right? Through data, through algorithms, through all the models and all. So they are feeding the data to this machine, and then the machine is learning how to think. That's called machine learning, AML. So they learn things, and then they do tasks which you have told them to do. They cannot do something which it is not trained to do, isn't it? Only that which is fed to it, it can work based on that. So human intelligence is greater than artificial intelligence. Although one may think that no, it is so fast, it is so quick, so fast, and then so you can say no, it analyzes things so quickly. Right? I just gave one hour lecture to that and told it give transcript. Within 2 seconds it gave. But human may take 1 hour or 2 hours to hear and analyze and make notes and everything. But what is the difference between AI analyzing in 2 minutes and we analyzing in 1 hour? AI can just process data. It cannot understand that data, isn't it? But human beings can understand. We can understand the rationality behind it. We can understand the ethics behind it. They cannot understand. The machine cannot understand morality, integrity, devotion. It cannot understand. It can just process data, that's all. And a human being can realize that information, but a machine cannot realize that information. It just remains data. The input is data, output is also data for that. But for us, when we get some information, we process it and that turns into transformation. That becomes realization. But a machine cannot become realized. Even if it gets terabytes of data, even from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, it cannot get realizations. It just remains a machine. But human being can get realizations. But human intelligence, okay, we saw that how artificial intelligence is lower than human intelligence, because human intelligence created AI, but human intelligence also got limitations, right? Because sometimes human intelligence may get carried away by Maya. Maya, apartha jnana. And human body, because it is material, and human mind being material, we are prone to defects. Just like machine is also prone to defects, human body is also machine. So it is also prone to defects. And we know what are the 4 defects. Brahma, Pramada, Vipralipsa, Karanapata. There is imperfect senses, then there is illusion, then we make mistakes, then we cheat. So anybody, any conditioned soul is prone to these 4 defects naturally. So that's why a human being can make mistakes, right? But superior to human intelligence is God's intelligence, which is the most perfect. Because God created all of us and He has given us some intelligence, and we, affected by Maya, misuse that intelligence and make mistakes. So God's intelligence is the finest and the best. And whatever you see in this world, whatever intelligence you see in this world is actually God's intelligence. Again, one of the sessions to the new boys, we show Fibonacci series. How you can see that Fibonacci in the nature. You can see it in a starfish, you can see it in the galaxies, you can see that Fibonacci spiral in the pineapple. So God's intelligence is at work everywhere. Right? Even the solar system is also a creation of God's intelligence, isn't it? So materialistic scientists, they say that nature is intelligent, but the devotees say actually God is intelligence, and God has given intelligence to this nature. So that's why the nature is able to function. So we have to understand the superiority of God's intelligence and try to surrender to Him. And if we want to become intelligent, then we have to surrender to Krishna. Okay? A conditioned soul can make mistakes, but a pure devotee will not make mistakes. Why? Because he is guided by Krishna. Bhagavad Gita 10.10 talks about this. So what is that verse 10.10? Tesham satatayuktana bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. Right? So when a devotee completely surrenders to Krishna and offers his life in service to Krishna, and Krishna says that I give the intelligence, buddhi yogam, and when he follows my instructions, he cannot do any mistake. Whatever Krishna inspires us to do, that is the perfect action to do. But whatever is inspired by our materialistic mind to do, so that is prone to mistakes and karma. But that which is inspired by Krishna is free from all karma. So that's why one should convert our human intelligence into God's intelligence, spiritual intelligence, by taking knowledge from Krishna and Shastras. A person who follows his materialistic mind is prone to mistakes. Because mind is also material, and mind is prone to the contamination of Sattva-guna, Raja-guna and Tama-guna. When the mind is prone to these 3 gunas, then he will commit mistakes. But when the mind becomes transcendental, spiritual, Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So when he develops, comes to the stage of purity, Shuddha Sattva, and then he gets direct instructions from the Lord, then he will not make any mistakes. So it's a long way to go to that stage. So we have to purify ourselves by doing sadhana. But in the conditioned stage, we should follow the instructions of Guru. That's what we can do. Because we can't right now directly hear Krishna's voice, but we can hear Guru's voice. And Guru and Vaishnavas, they give us direction. And if we follow the direction given by Guru and Vaishnavas, then we can be safe, we can be happy and healthy in Krishna consciousness, and avoid making mistakes. So when we follow Guru and Krishna, Guru's instructions properly, then by the mercy of Guru, one can connect to Krishna. And even in the Guru's absence, suppose Guru leaves the physical world, you will not directly get instructions from him. But because one has followed the instructions of Guru when he was present, right? So Guru as Chaitya Guru in the heart will continue to guide us, even when we don't have the physical association of the spiritual master. So in this way, in this verse, we can understand that how Krishna is the cause of all causes. So Krishna has got different energies, Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti and Tatastha Shakti. Everything is in Krishna's control. And in this verse, the relationship between Antaranga Shakti and Bahiranga Shakti and Krishna is being described. So Bahiranga Shakti may appear to, just like clouds appear to cover the sun, but sun is not affected by the clouds or darkness. Similarly, Krishna is unaffected by the energies. Evam pare brahmani shaktestvamu rajastama sattam iti pravaha. Right? Sometimes Lord may appear in the species of Sattva-guna. Sometimes Lord may appear in animal species. Sometimes Lord may appear in tamasic species. It appears that he is affected by those modes, but actually he is transcendental. Right? Devatariyan Naradishu. Sometimes Lord appears as Vamana in the dynasty of the Devatas. Sometimes he appears as Narasimha. Sometimes he appears as Matsya. Sometimes he appears as Varaha, which is tamasic animal. But when Lord appears as Varaha, he remains transcendental. It appears that Lord is covered by the modes, but actually he is not covered by the modes, he is transcendental to the three modes. So in this way you can understand Krishna's superiority. So Narada Muni here is giving these instructions to Prachetas, Bhupa, the kings. And he is telling them that try to understand this concept that Krishna is transcendental, he is on the spiritual platform, and surrender to him. Hare Krishna. So I'd like to pause here, and if anybody has any comments or questions, we can take. Any comments? Hare Krishna. Land here. Thank you very much for coming. Today being holiday, many of you came here. So at least on holidays or special occasions, devotees can try to come and take advantage of Srimad Bhagavatam class. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran ki jai.